Well, let's begin with a piece of trivia. The NEET examinations for 2024 alone attracted over 24 lakh applications, an indication of the interest that it generates within the student community. And that's the reason why this issue is hugely significant. Now, importantly, what we understand is that just earlier this month, we had an application being moved before the Apex Court, which importantly had flagged concerns of malpractices and even potential paper leakages being done by the National Testing Agency or the NTA. And on the back of that, the entire results were called into question that were released by the NTA. Now, this was the subject matter of grave concern for the Apex Court. In fact, the words that fell from the Apex Court is that the entire sanctity of the NEET examinations have been called into question on the back of these allegations being raised. Now, what's important is that some bit of statistics were also shared in that application. The application raised questions how the top position, the top rank, was shared by over 60 students. Not just that, said that a bulk of these students who secured the top rank appeared to come from one coaching center in Haryana. So concerns being raised there. And importantly, the Apex Court had issued a notice to the NTA asking its response. Now, this, of course, is the larger issue. The smaller issue that was raised in today's hearing is that grace marks had been allotted to over 1,500 students, 1,563 students to be specific. The question that was raised by the petitioners is that what was the formula under which such grace marks had been allowed to these students. Now, the centre today was present as a part of this hearing. The centre admitted that yes, indeed, there were 1,563 students who were allowed these additional grace marks. The contention of the centre is the reason they were allowed additional marks was on the basis of a formula. This formula was arrived at after these students were given lesser time than the prescribed time of 3 hours and 20 minutes. So because they were given lesser time, the centre said we worked out a formula, and basis that formula we gave them additional marks. Now, the question that was raised is that was this fair? Was this allowed under the given framework? The centre, importantly, has done a bit of a U-turn. The centre said that it will now release the scorecards minus the grace marks, the actual marks, and will give these students an opportunity to come back and to give a retest, a re-examination of sorts for the 1,500 students. Now, what's important is that this has been sanctioned, this has been allowed by the Apex Court, that yes, grace marks are to be removed, they are to be given an opportunity to go ahead and to conduct a retest, a re-examination of the 1,563 students. If they choose to not do that examination, the students, their original scorecard will reflect the score only by way of the scores that they secured themselves and not the grace marks in question. And as to the larger question of malpractices, of paper leakages, issues that have been flagged even by the TMC, by the Congress, that issue will get taken up for further hearing on July 8th.
Thank you for watching us on CNBC TV 18. For all news and updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch us on all social media platforms.